Well, I've been traveling now for over 9 weeks, most of the time here, but a couple of weeks down in Mexico with Cole. But yeah, it has been a long trip, not gonna lie. I'm kind of glad to be on the tail end of it, but today was a nice start to what we came here to do. At the end of the day, it was all about competing, the competition, the preparation that's been done. James got us a good start today. It's Monday morning, and this is the beginning of the biggest week of Ireland's MMA life. Certainly mine as well, and the guys. So it's been fantastic. There's nothing I would change. Everything went according to plan. But I'll be glad to go home. It's certainly the busiest week of my career, where I'm used to having big Saturday nights. A Saturday night show with a lot of guys on it. But to start today, Monday, that kind of adrenal release and being prepared for competition for a week solid is full on. But it's kind of just an extension of what we do on a Saturday night but spread over the week, in that I always make sure that each fighter has kind of warm-up buddy, and we brought a big team out here, and everybody has someone to kind of help them with the weight and help them where they have to go to collect their gear and all the kind of little jobs people don't see. So it's to make it as comfortable as possible when it comes for them to fight. And today was a good start, like I said. James had Kiefer with him and Lee Hammond being there to help out and make sure that the weight was on check. And I just had to drive over here from the house this morning and just make sure the warm-up went right and the fight went right. And I think tomorrow now we've got maybe one tomorrow, maybe two Wednesday. It's a big organisation and a big tournament. I am after still kind of figuring out how it does everything, so it's all a bit last minute. But like I say with all the guys, we put our energy and we focus on the controllables. The controllables is our weight and our training and how the fight goes. Stuff like when we're on and being thrown from one place to the next, just roll with that and just be ready for the fight. It's been interesting, how the changes happen and stuff like that. But again, if you focus too much on your opponent or you focus too much on the event, it's going to swallow you up, and these changes will drain you. But like I said earlier, that's focusing on the uncontrollables. Conor focused on the controllable. He got himself as best prepared as he could. His weight is lower than it was this far out from Boston. So he's got that. We know Friday 4 p.m. is weigh-ins in the MGM. I'm getting a lot of tweets about this, so let me answer a few questions. It's in the MGM. You just go along on the day. You don't need to print off tickets around like that. They're opening out the whole arena. They're expecting about 10,000 people. It's going to be the biggest ever UFC weigh-ins. So you don't have to message me. You don't have to tweet me. Just go along. Get there early. First on the scales is 4 p.m. Conor's going to probably be about 4:30. I'm sure it'll be a big carnival atmosphere. I've seen the layout, how they're going to do it. They're doing it like it kind of looked to me like an old school kind of boxing event. It's an event in itself. Every McGregor weigh-in is an event in itself, but this one's going to be special. Like I said, they're expecting about 10,000 people there, and the 10,000 don't have to message me. They just go along. The support's been great, but I know it's going to. The Vegas is starting to get flooded now with people visiting, and they're all looking for answers for questions. So 42.ie, that's where you're going to get all the answers. It's a dream come true. We had UFC Dublin, and I didn't think that could be beat. This is going to be close. Just the support has just been phenomenal. The amount of good wish messages from people that are coming, but of course, not only that, but from massive gangs of people around the country that are not able to make it, but are organising parties in their house. And it's every fighter's dream. Every fighter wants to be on the big show, and this is going to be the biggest show. It's going to be the biggest UFC event of all time. It's going to break a lot of records. The weigh-ins will be the biggest. The show will be the biggest. The pay-per-view is going to be right up there, if not the biggest ever. So it's phenomenal, and the guys are in fantastic shape. They're ready to put on a great performance. I've got a couple of days of media now ahead of us, but all the heavy stuff is more or less being done. We know who the opponent is now. It's Chad Mendes, and A lot is always said about the US, you know, it's USA versus the European, Irish in this case, the wrestling, but we just had USA versus Ireland this morning. James had his first fight and he dominated the grappling, so it's MMA is a global sport now. Maybe 15 years ago, countries that had dominant wrestling could you know, but it's MMA. It's not boxing, it's not kickboxing, it's not wrestling, it's mixed martial arts. And I believe at the moment that Conor's the #1 mixed martial artist on the planet. So the fact that someone's come in with a wrestling background, that shouldn't make a difference, and it won't make a difference.